Hey everyone, it's Pavel from COREDO. Today we are diving into how to start a business in the Czech Republic, from creating a solid business plan to officially registering your company. If you are thinking about launching your own business, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future guides. So, what exactly is a business plan? Well, it's a document that outlines your business goals, strategies, and financial projections. It serves as a roadmap for your company and a tool to attract investors. Without a business plan, you are basically sailing without a map. A well-crafted business plan also helps you identify potential risks and challenges before they arise. Think of it as your business blueprint, one that keeps you focused, aligned, and prepared for future growth. Now, why is a business plan so important? Here are 3 key reasons. It helps you clarify your vision and strategy. Investors and banks require it for funding. It keeps you on track as your business grows. A well-structured business plan increases your chances of success significantly. Additionally, having a business plan allows you to monitor your progress and adjust your strategies when necessary. It's also a great tool for attracting partners, building credibility, and establishing a strong foundation for your venture. Alright, let's break down the key components of a solid business plan. Grab a pen and take notes. Let's start with executive summary. This is the first and most important section. It's a short summary of your business, including your mission, goals, and financial highlights. Did you know that investors spend an average of just 3 minutes reviewing a business plan? If your executive summary doesn't grab their attention, they might not read the rest. Pro tip: keep it short, clear, and persuasive, like a movie trailer for your business. No more than 1 page. Clearly state your mission, key objectives, and financial highlights. Focus on the most important details that will grab the reader's attention. This is your business first impression, so make it compelling and engaging. Now, let's move to company description. Here you will explain what your business does, the problem it solves, and why it exists. Include your business name, location, and legal structure. Make it clear and easy to understand, even for someone unfamiliar with your industry. Interesting fact is that many successful businesses started by solving their own problems. Slack, for example, was originally built as an internal tool before becoming a billion-dollar company. Pro tip: don't just describe your business. Tell a story. What problem are you solving? Why does your business exist? Investors connect with compelling narratives, not just facts. The third chapter will be target market research. Investors want to see that you understand your industry. Who are your competitors? What's your target market? What trends are you shaping your industry? Research your industry and competitors thoroughly. Define your ideal customers, their demographics, buying behavior, and market trends. Identify gaps in the market and how your business fills them. I will give you real-world insight. Airbnb didn't start as a massive platform. They began by targeting a niche market, conference attendees who needed cheap accommodation. That was the gap. Show investors that you deeply understand your industry and customer base. Use reliable data to back up your claims. Pro tip: find your niche. Instead of targeting everyone, focus on a specific customer group. Show data and trends that support your business idea. Also, some market analysis can be purchased from reputable companies that specialize in market research across various sectors. Therefore, it's not always necessary to do all the work yourself. Some parts can be outsourced. Let's talk about organization and management. Did you know that investors often say, "I I'd rather invest in an A team with a B idea than a B team with an A idea. So introduce your A team. Outline your leadership structure, key personnel, and what makes them qualified to lead the business. Include information about advisory boards or mentors who may help guide the company. Pro tip: if your team isn't complete yet, outline the key roles you will need and what kind of talent you are looking for. Show that you have a vision for leadership. The fifth chapter is really interesting. It's about products and services. Now, describe what you are selling. Focus on what sets your offering apart, specify the exact services you provide and the value they bring. When Netflix launched, they focused on solving customer pain points: no late fees and unlimited rentals. This was their unique value proposition against blockbusters. Pro tip: don't just list your products or services. Explain why customers will choose you over competitors. Highlight the problem you are solving and what makes you different. Let's move on to marketing sales strategy. Explain how you plan to attract and retain customers. What is your pricing strategy? How will you build brand loyalty and customer retention? Define your marketing strategy, whether it's SEO, social media, influencer marketing, or paid ads. Show that you know how to reach and retain customers. Fun fact: the Dollar Shave Club gained 12,000 customers in 48 hours with just one viral YouTube video. Their unique marketing style sets them apart. So, what about financial plan and projections? Most startups fail due to cash flow issues, not because their idea is bad. Managing finances is just as important as having a great product. This is crucial. Include revenue forecasts, profit and loss statements, and funding requirements. Break down startup costs, operating expenses, and expected profits over the next 3-5 years. Pro tip: provide realistic revenue projections. If you are looking for funding, explain how much you need and how you will use it. Transparency builds investors' trust. Finally, the appendix. The extras that make a difference. Use the appendix to add proof, product photos, team bios, legal agreements, or anything that strengthens your credibility. One pro tip: having a letter of intent from potential clients or partnership can make your business plan much stronger. It shows that people are already interested in your business. Before you start writing, here are some quick tips to make your business plan stand out. Keep it clear and concise. Investors don't have time for fluff, and banks and regulators have a lot to do. A concise business plan can affect the time those institutions spend on reading it. Use visuals like charts and graphs, because numbers are easier to digest this way. Be realistic with your financial projections. Overpromising can backfire. Customize your plan, tailor it to your industry and audience. Don't just take a ready-made business plan and use it. This will backfire when stated aims and future outlooks do not fit your own strategy and possibilities. And here are some common mistakes to avoid. Don't be too vague. Specifics make your plan more convincing. Also, avoid jargon. Write so anyone can understand it. Don't ignore the competition. Every business has competitors, so acknowledge them and explain how you will stand out. Don't overlook risks. Investors want to see that you have thought about potential challenges and have contingency plans in place. Once you have your plan, how do you actually start a business? We will walk through everything using the example of setting up a business in the Czech Republic. However, it's important to mention that the process is quite similar in other jurisdictions as well. So, let's break it down step by step. The first step in setting up a business in the Czech Republic is choosing the right entity. The most common options are sole proprietorship, which is živnostník or OSVČ. This is the simplest and fastest way to start a business. It's ideal for freelancers, consultants, and small-scale entrepreneurs. However, there is unlimited personal liability, meaning your personal assets could be at risk if your business runs into financial trouble. Then we have limited liability company, společnost s ručením omezeným, or S.R.O. This is the most popular business structure due to its limited liability. Your personal assets are safe and the minimum capital requirement is just 1 Czech crown, though a higher starting capital is recommended. An S.R.O. can have one or more founders, making it a good option for small to medium-sized businesses. Let's move to joint stock company, akciová společnost, or AS. This type of company is more suitable for large businesses and those seeking investors. It has stricter regulations, requires a minimum capital of 2 million crowns or 20 million if publicly traded. We also have a branch of foreign company, organizační složka podniku zahraniční právnické osoby. If you already own a business abroad and want to operate in the Czech Republic, setting up a branch office is an option. The parent company remains liable for the branch obligations. Then there's a general partnership, veřejná obchodní společnost, or VOS. This is a business structure where 2 or more individuals share ownership and liability. There is no minimum capital requirement, but all partners have unlimited personal liability. Limited partnership, komanditní společnost, or KS. This type of company has 2 types of partners. One with unlimited liability, komplementář, and one with limited liability by their investment, kommanditista. It's useful when combining active and passive investors. Cooperative, družstvo. This is best for businesses that are jointly owned by multiple people, such as housing cooperatives or worker-owned enterprises. Each member contributes to and benefits from the business. For most small businesses and startups, the limited liability company is the best choice because it offers liability protection, is relatively easy to set up, and has fewer regulatory requirements than the joint stock company. Now that you have chosen your legal entity, let's go through the registration process step by step. Firstly, choose a company name. The name must be unique and not already registered in the Czech Commercial Register. You can check availability online or ask the Notary Public. Draft founding documents. If you are registering an S.R.O. limited liability company, you will need a memorandum of association if multiple owners or a foundation deed if one owner. This must be notarized. In practice, this document is always drafted by a Notary Public. However, there is always a consultation with the client to determine what will be included in the document. Obtain a trade license if needed. Some businesses required a trade license before registration. We will talk about licenses in a moment. Register with the Commercial Register. Obchodní rejstřík. Submit notarized founding documents, proof of capital deposit, and other required forms to the local court. In practice, this is usually handled by a Notary Public as well. Open a business bank account. This is required for depositing capital, if applicable, and conducting business transactions. Now, register with the tax and financial authorities. Every business must register for tax purposes with the financial office. Finanční úřad within 15 days of a company registration. Then you must register for Social Security and health insurance. If you hire employees, you must register with the Czech Social Security Administration and health insurance companies. Once you have completed these steps, your business is legally registered and ready to operate. Depending on the type of business you are running, you may need specific licenses. Here's how to determine what you need. Let's start with free trades. These are the easiest to obtain and require only a simple registration. Examples include consulting, e-commerce, and marketing. Craft trades. This requires proof of professional qualifications, such as a diploma or apprenticeship. Examples include plumbing, carpentry, and hairdressing. Tied trades require specific expertise or certification. Examples include real estate brokerage, accounting, and translation services. for example. Licensed trades, koncesované živnosti, require government approval and strict regulations. Examples include transport services, security agencies, and waste management. To apply for a trade license, visit the trade licensing office, živnostenský úřad, and submit your application along with the required documents. The Czech Republic is digitalized, so you can do all of that online. Now let's talk about something as popular as dentist visits, screaming kids in restaurants or ads in YouTube. That's right, we are talking about taxes. Taxes can be a complex topic, but let's break it down into the basics. In the Czech Republic, your tax obligations depend on your business structure and income. Here's what you need to know: corporate income tax. If you run an S.R.O or AS, your business is subject to 21% corporate income tax. Sole proprietors, OSVČ, pay personal income tax at 15 or 23 for higher earnings. Value added tax, VAT. Businesses with annual revenue exceeding 2 million crowns must register for VAT. The standard rate is 21% with a reduced rate of 12% for essential goods and services. Withholding tax. If you pay dividends to shareholders, a 15% withholding tax applies. For foreign investors, tax treaties may reduce this rate. Social security and health insurance contributions. Sole proprietors and employees must contribute to social security and health insurance for employees. A sole proprietor also pays these contributions on their own behalf. I won't mention specific numbers here, both to avoid training your mood and because the rates vary. Road tax and real estate tax. If your business owns vehicles or real estate, additional taxes may apply. To stay compliant, you will need to file annual tax returns and, if VAT registered, submit monthly or quarterly VAT reports. Working with an accountant or tax advisor is highly recommended. COREDO has specialists who are happy to help you with all of these details in order to make your business a success. Starting a business in the Czech Republic isn't without challenges. Let's look at some common issues and how to solve them. Language barrier. Many official documents and procedures are in Czech, but there's a solution. Hire a local consultant or translator to navigate bureaucracy. At COREDO, we speak multiple languages, including Czech. Complex paperwork. Setting up a business involves multiple steps. Solution: use business formation services or an accountant to streamline the process. Our experts are ready to help you with the paperwork at any time. We also maximize digitalization in our work. Everything is easily accessible in the cloud. High tax and social security costs. Contributions can be expensive. Solution: explore tax optimization strategies and deductions available for your business. Banking and payment delays. Czech banks can be slow with foreign transactions. Solution: consider using fintech solutions or multi-currency business accounts. Finding customers and business partners. The market can be competitive. Solution: attend local networking events. Join business associations and leverage digital marketing to grow your business. With the right approach, these challenges are manageable and your business can thrive. Now, let's talk about how to stay compliant. Once your business is up and running, how do you stay compliant with Czech and EU regulations? In this last part of the video, we are going to break down everything you need to know about legal compliance, accounting, employment laws, and GDPR. First things first, let's talk about general legal obligations. The Czech Republic has a well-structured legal framework for businesses, and compliance is essential to avoid penalties or legal trouble. Here are some key laws you need to be aware of. The Business Corporation Act, which governs the formation and operation of companies like S.R.O and AS. The Trade Licensing Act regulates which businesses require trade licenses. The Civil Code covers contracts, liabilities, and business obligations. The Accounting Act defines accounting rules for businesses. The Labor Code covers employment relationships, contracts, and employee rights. The Anti-Money Laundering Act establishes measures to prevent money laundering and terrorism financing, requiring businesses in financial services, real estate, and other high-risk sectors to conduct due diligence on customers and report suspicious transactions. The General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR), EU-wide data protection laws affecting businesses handling personal data. Keeping up with changes in these laws is crucial, so consider hiring a legal consultant or subscribing to legal updates. It is also important to mention that the list of regulations is not exhaustive and may depend on various factors, primarily the sector in which the company operates. Accounting and tax reporting. Let's talk accounting. Whether you are a sole proprietor or a corporation, you need to maintain proper financial records. Here's what you need to know. Accounting standards. Sole proprietors can use simplified bookkeeping. Companies must use double entry accounting as per Accounting Act. Tax reporting requirements. Company is required to file tax returns. Standard tax returns are submitted annually. VAT returns are filed quarterly or even monthly. Depending on the accounting entity, the tax return may include financial statements, which, if required, must be audited. Regarding auditing requirements, companies exceeding specific revenue, asset, or employee thresholds must undergo an audit. Missing deadlines can result in fines, so consider using accounting software or hiring an accountant. HR compliance and labor laws. Hiring employees? Make sure you are following Czech labor laws. The labor code governs employment relationships and includes employment contracts, which must be in writing, should specify salary, job role, and termination conditions, work hours and overtime. The standard work week is 40 hours. Overtime must be compensated as per labor laws. Minimum wage, adjusted annually by the government. Social Security and health insurance. Employers must register employees with the Czech Social Security Administration and health insurance companies. Workplace safety. Businesses must comply with the Occupational Safety and Health Act. Non-compliance can lead to penalties, so always consult a labor law expert. AML compliance. Money laundering is a serious crime, and the Czech Republic enforces strict AML rules. Here's how your business can stay compliant. Know your customer. Businesses in high-risk sectors, for example in finance, real estate, must verify customer identities. Conduct due diligence on clients, especially for large transactions. Suspicious transaction reporting, STR. If you detect unusual activity, you must report it to the Financial Analytical Office, FAO. Internal AML policies. Companies must implement internal compliance programs to train employees in AML detection. Appointment of an AML compliance officer if required. Record-keeping requirements. There are maintaining transaction records for at least 10 years. Penalties for non-compliance, fines up to 10 million crowns. Possible criminal liability for failure to report suspicious activity. AML compliance is critical, so ensure your business is fully prepared to detect and prevent illicit financial activities. Data protection compliance. If your business handles customer data, GDPR applies to you. Non-compliance can lead to fines of up to 20 million euros or 4% of global revenue. Here's what to do. If applicable, register with the Czech Data Protection Authority if processing personal data. Obtain customer consent for data collection. Secure data properly with encryption and restricted access. Secure data properly with encryption and restricted access. Provide opt-out options for marketing communications. Notify authorities within 72 hours in case of a data breach. Failing to follow GDPR can damage your reputation and finances, so take data protection seriously. Wow, we have covered a lot today, from crafting a solid business plan to setting up your legal entity and making sure you stay compliant with all the necessary regulations. Starting and running a business in the Czech Republic or anywhere really comes with its challenges. But with the right knowledge, you are already ahead of the game. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss future insights on building and growing your business. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, check the description for helpful links and resources. And remember, if you need expert guidance, our specialists at COREDO are ready to help you start your business or ensure compliance. Just reach out for a consultation. There's no question we can't solve. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.